Hello. So the other thing I wanted to address today, and which is perhaps not entirely related to the earlier video, was um, a brief statement and my argument for why we need a certain form of alienation today. Now, this may seem in some ways at cross purposes with a orthodox Marxian understanding of a fight to abolish alienation, where we are no longer in some ways separated from the product of our labor, so that we, in some ways, understand each other harmoniously across classes and things of that kind. And I think those are well and good in terms of aspirations, yet I think that there are certain antagonisms which exist today, uh, and I think questions regarding them are raised in places such as courts, issues such as privacy, which are no longer compatible with such an understanding of the place of alienation and the kind of resentment or repression it once uh, facilitated for the quote unquote ruling classes. So let me read out the note. The way our world is organized today is more spatial than ever. But in what sense? This is not the spatiality which is willing to respect any national or even personal sovereignty. It is a spatiality subjected to the human involvement in their socially inflected economic enterprises. The question of right or even privacy misses the point entirely. These rights have been instituted not to be publicly defended in courts whose legitimacy is increasingly questioned. They have been instituted to secure for people the ability to enjoy simple civil liberties. And these may be inclusive of their own forms of worship or sexual orientation, etc. My point in asking for a rehabilitation of alienation today, following Zizek, is to create the possibility of a public sphere which can treat such phenomena as private venture, i.e., which has no place in the public. In this sense, I am strongly for a European style separation of religious and political authority, along with a sharp dividing demarcation between public and private space. Towards this end, and I believe our social response to the COVID pandemic has taught us many things, principally how to endorse a prescriptive behavior in the public for securing our own individual health. uh, I think we have a lot to learn from each other in terms of how various groups have responded to what their own experience of the pandemic has been. Um, and I would like to, at the end of this, present briefly my own experience of the kind of illness that coronavirus was. Um, Prior to the outbreak of the virus, I felt very ill. Like I was down with a viral fever. I had to be hospitalized and things of that kind. And I cannot say that it was entirely unrelated to the kind of working situations I found myself in. I was not in the cleanest office space. There were um, papers of old Jhalpuri lying around on desks, and there were some rats that came in and they were gnawing at it. And I think some of the dogs downstairs were gnawing at the rats, and it was honestly quite horrible. And it's really not difficult to imagine how someone can fall sick in such an environment. And I believe that one of the byproducts of the lockdown, the whole practice of beginning to start working from home and the new forms of organization possibilities and saving of office space and things like that that it enables, saving of transportation on roads, does have spillover benefits which we will um, be able to enjoy if we allow ourselves to be able to embrace these changes in some form. Anyway, I don't have very much else to say about this, but I felt that this needed to be put out somewhere. Thank you again. Bye bye.